Banger Outpost, whose map style is shaped like a gonzo mask. If you guys look at the mini map, you kind of see that the TCs are like two little eyes here, and this like big section is like a big nose. If you turn it upside down, it kind of looks like a mushroom. Anyway, unimportant details aside, today we are casting a game on Outpost, which is currently on the ranked matchup, featuring in the 9 o'clock position Revisioner, and in the 3 o'clock position we have the Blue Lithuanians. Revisioner playing Humans. I do know that as one of their favorite races. Humans are able to build 1 extra TC in Feudal Age, and on Outpost that's pretty important. Looks like on this particular Outpost the Ibex are starting on the inside of the map and not the outside. Blue did not push their Ibex. Maybe they didn't, and they're like already dead. Just like something I noticed, as Blue unfortunately is able to get a steal over here on a blue sheep. Really interesting house placement position for red, as they are going to be obstructing a little bit of their wood, but you probably don't have too much time on this map, as this map is a pretty obvious fast castle map. Red going straight up to feudal, and they do leave a sheep on the outside and very, very smartly avoid getting hit over here by blue, but blue stealing another sheep, which is a really unfortunate thing from red. But red is going up, and blue forgetting to click up. What? I hear a lot of people say that things like this are typically like fast castle moves, but we're at 700 food right now for blue, and I still do not see a click up to feudal. So someone help me figure out what is going on. Already got 3 farms on the field, despite the fact that we have sheep that are not dead yet. So this has to be some kind of special build. Like I said, I'm not really in this elo range. This is the high 1400s, but red does get their fuel popping off first, and I'm expecting to see immediately a second TC come in. Yes, it does. And they're going to go not straight to jail, but straight to gold. And blue, guys, help me figure out something here. Are they actually going for a specific build? Because now they're clicking up to feudal, and they are blocked by actually 1 villager in the queue. Against humans, that's like pretty ballsy. And I have to say, at this elo, it has to be a fast castle build. Also, can you guys tell me a fast castle build, does it include leaving 2 sheep that you stole from your opponent idle on the map? Is red going to rediscover the sheep? That would be pretty insane. I don't think they would. No, they're not going to, because I'm guessing they're going to go around and just find a way to get to blue. Let's see what red sees on that. They do see the outline of their outpost. And Lithuanians is a race that I'm not expecting a lot of action coming from. I wonder if these 2 sheep are just here to see and keep taps on the relic, because Lithuanians do get a pretty big attack bonus, I believe, from collecting the relics. And I'm guessing this is a pretty specific fast castle build, because as soon as blue gets 2 buildings, which, okay, maybe not. So here's the thing I was thinking. They're already there with the food and the gold, right? So all they would need is a market and a blacksmith. You can even skip the barracks and go fast castle. But they put down a barrack, which I don't know if that's just because they have enough wood, which it looks like they are going to have enough wood as soon as they go into feudal age. So I'm expecting the barracks and the marketplace. No, we get a stable, and are we going to get a second building? Looks like a blacksmith coming in, and yes, now they should be able to click up to castle. So everything is right in the world again. Blue sheep over here might get, no, not blue sheep, but blue scout might get caught over here by red, and if red takes this attack, they should be able to beat blue, because okay, no, so they're both already in feudal, never mind. So it should be a fair fight for both. I'm not sure which has lower HP. I believe that blue got the hit off first, so they should be able to kill the scout as long as it chases them. Red might be taking that scout and bringing it back up into the base, which should reveal 2 TCs, but on this map, I think that most players would assume that humans are going 2 TC. Production upgrades coming in from blue, as fast castle is coming in. So it does look like what I was talking about before, was a fast castle build. It looks like the sheep are no longer monitoring the relic on the south side, but on the north side, we still have this blue scout monitoring the relic. Red, what are they going for? I think they're going to go probably for their elite unit for the Cumans, maybe going into an actual castle. Lithuanian's a very, very dangerous player as soon as you get these relics. So there might be a bit of a relic war going on for both of these players. Blue, I think this is something interesting that I always see some people on Outposts do, but when they tend to line up the walls on the map, and if they do have a layout of the map, I would like them to see taking these house walls and putting on the side that the opponent is closer at. Blue taking a fight on the red scout, and on this map, I think it's not good to lose your scout. It looks like pretty clearly that blue wants to go for the relics, and they are going to start defending the relics and looking for them. I think red knows that. I think that, if you're playing as a Lithuanians player, what you do is you get a few spearmen, which looks like that's what red's thinking about. You get a few spearmen, and you put them near the relics, right? Red scout does go down, which is going to reduce their vision on the map. And blue is up to castle. This is probably not surprising for either player, because it is a very boomy map. Seems like it does trigger red to come over here and build their required 2 buildings, market and a blacksmith, so that they can clip to castle. They are quite a ways behind in terms of food production, but that wood production is being balanced. Eco-wise, Cumans are always going to be in a better position from this map. First monk comes in the queue for blue to get up these relics that they're scouting the map. 3 TCs coming in now for blue, perhaps to counter this fast boom, as red is finally now getting loom. Good choice. We're talking about nearly 50 villagers for red compared to 31 for blue, so there is some catching up to do whenever you're talking about playing against Lithuanian player. Spearmen now on the field, and if red does have vision on these relics, they're going to send them straight to get those relics, because you do not want the Lithuanians to get an attack bonus for their elite units getting these relics. And I have to imagine that the scouts are not going to be able to come near them. But it looks like I have our first relic coming in here from blue. Going to get the easy one first, which I wouldn't advise. I would think that you want to get maybe the harder ones first. We do have 3. 1, 2, 1 was taken, and 3 pretty close to blue. We have 1 over here pretty close to red. So the relic position is favoring blue quite a bit, which is really unfortunate. So I think that if red is able to take 3 relics or prevent, that would be good, but they're putting too many spearmen just on this one relic. So maybe they're going past over here, and maybe they have vision on this relic. Let's see what they can see. So they don't see this relic in this corner, and they don't see it in this corner, which is unfortunate. But it looks like they're sending the 2 spearmen out to go scout, and I think that 3 spearmen is too much. I think you want to get a bit more space. Blue hiding their sneaky scouts next to these relics. As no, not a good fight. Blue, no. More fights going on as, guys, this is not a great choice to chase your scout, or rather chase the spearman with a scout. It's not a good choice. It's not for me, but it is for blue apparently, right? Red, 1 minute and 30 out from castle, as they do have their second relic, which they picked up over here. And I think if red is able to get this relic, that's good. The scout might be able to take out this spearman if they attack, and the conversion now is coming in for blue. Red going to have to send everything that they have over here to save this relic, and it looks like blue more spearmen coming in, more spearmen in the queue coming in from red. This particular relic is critical. If this monk gets a conversion on either one of these spearmen, I think red would have been able to take it, but red unfortunately does delete the spearman, which would have got conversion, but I think that wasn't a good move. I think that if you delete the spearman, that means that this monk can still come in for the convert, and I believe that, what is the speed on a monk? 0.7, not very fast. Spearman, what is it, 1 speed? Yes, it is 1 speed. They should be able to pretty easily take out this monk, which is unfortunate. And now more spearmen coming in to stop this FedEx package from getting delivered. I would love to see a monk in the queue for red to come here and steal this relic. And this relic over here is still up for grabs. Blue should not be able to come in here and take it. Red now getting their TC. So a lot going on in this game. I think a pretty typical thing that you would see on any kind of Arabia closed map style game is if you're playing Lithuanians, like the fight for the relic. Red Spearman now coming in here at the outside. And blue now getting some more mobility on the field as we see the first knight in the queue. And for those of you who watch Hera, we do know that knights do counter spearmen. And by the way, that's not a joke, they do. 2 monks coming in here for the fight to grab this relic that's supposed to belong to red. Looks like a conversion does come in for red. The blue is able to get 2 conversions off in the spearman, which is really unfortunate. But now the fight for this relic's coming in. I don't think that blue's going to have enough here. Does convert 1 spearman, that's not going to be enough. This knight should go down if all the spearmen are able to attack. That red is going to prioritize the monk first, who might be going down. That does go down. Spearmen aren't take out the knight, but I'm not sure if this fight is going to go to red. I believe the knight should be able to take out these 2 spearmen. I think you're going to need to have at least 3 spearmen to take out 1 Castle Age knight. But more spearmen over here trickling in, as now it looks like it could be 4 relics for blue if they're able to take this one. This is end-to-end stuff. And all the while, both players booming. 18, not 5, the blue has, but 18 villagers now in the queue. As it looks like this relic is now being favored for blue. The camels do come in, which should be able to equally shred. Monk coming in the left-hand side. And blue going to get a little scouting over here on the TC. As, oh my god, this is insane. Blue, they are so hungry, and I believe they do have vision. Blue is going to come in for this relic over here. Clear out does come in here from red. They should be able to leave. This monk should go down. But it looks like red already took this relic, so maybe blue doesn't know that, but they did find that out. This lonely wounded monk going to walk back home alone. And this monk should probably die, which is really unfortunate. It was a tough job back in the Castle Ages, for some of you who may not know. So now we're moving on to the second section of the game. So I think at this point, you would say that from the relic stealing perspective, like, blue is a little bit ahead, right? Because you get more attack on Lithuanian elite units. Castle is going to be coming in for blue because they're going to be on heavy stone. Getting their first market is blue. They might want to get that castle out fast. And Imperial Age looks like is going to be coming in for both players. Wood absolutely popping off for our blue player. A little bit of a better balanced economy for our red player. As we have this scout trying to leave the game. Some might call it a cowardice. Castle now coming in for blue defensively, which is a good choice. And everyone just continuing to boom and boom and boom. I don't remember the actual name of the elite unit from the Lithuanians, but I think it might be a Leitis, if I'm not mistaken. And going to have some more attack as a result of the relics. As Imperial Age now comes in for blue, lots of production upgrades coming in from both players. So what do you do at this point? Let's see what the attack on these bad boys actually are from blue. If I can click correctly. So yeah, Leitis now coming in, who have 13 plus 3 attack. And that plus 3 is coming from the 3 captured relics. As red now gets a little sight of the Leitis. I think Camels is a good counter to that. Which is a Castle Siege Workshop now coming in from red. That's going to be a little hard to manage, I think, without, the big numbers. But it's a good choice if you're going up to Imperial. And red is pretty behind when it comes to Imperial. Like, unless they're going to sell some of this wood over here for gold, which they need to balance, I would say that I'd rather be in blue's position right now. Right? Leitis are going to come over here and try to get some emotional damage on red. But too many camels are already on the field. And red is starting a little miniature raid to get blue off balance at the bottom of the map, which sucks. So even though blue is going to be an Imperial first and by a long time, usually when you think about Imperial, you're thinking about trebuchets, right? You're thinking about chemistry. And right now, blue is not taking great trades and great fights. despite the +3 attack, which is great, but it has to be at scale. And red is going to absolutely clear out. So I think this raid knocked blue off balance, and now they're going to come in. And if they're fast, they may be able to actually tear down this castle. I'm not sure if this house is going to come down fast enough, but the castle is getting built very slowly, not even at 50%. This could be really, really bad for blue. And it might... Oh my god, I think it's going to get paused. Leitis continue to pour out for blue, but that is not the right composition at this point. I think that the castle gets canceled here by blue, as now blue is an Imperial, which is going to light a little fire under red's butt to start getting up into Imperial, but they have the advantage now. They have the high ground, as some might say. Attack bonus now coming in for blue for the cavalry, and I think you're going to have to mix in some trash units for the build, because I think what blue was trying to do over here was really, really scale their Leitis, and they're really stubborn with that because we do see another castle coming in here on the right-hand side. More gold coming in to scale those Leitis. You scale the Leitis, big attack, big defense, but red is on top of it. Interesting choice for the archer range over here. We have 4 archer rangers now being scaled for Revisioner. This is a tough game. This is a very tough game where I think only the tough survive. Beautiful house wall coming in here from Revisioner just to prevent the raids. And thumb ring to make the archers fire faster. I would start putting a bit more pressure on blue at this point. I think you go on the outside and you raid. I'm not sure if they have a view of a castle yet. Let's see what Revisioner can see at this point. Don't know about the castle, but you might be able to figure it out for just from looking at this foundation over here. And red, going to start some test. House wall may not do the trick for red, and blue is under pressure. So they've beat red to Imperial. They got the 3 relics for the Leitis that are now at +4 attack. That's a big attack, boy. At 17 attack. But the villagers are dying to the 2 mangonels. This is really surgical stuff. I was going to say that, look, these mangonels are not going to scale very well. Leitis would be able to snipe them really, really quick. But Revisioner is looking to the future. So he's already got Thumb Ring, Elite Skirm coming in, which are not going to do good against the Leitis, but you want to start getting the early counter, probably for what your opponent should do, which is get Halberdier line out, right? So Revisioner are thinking really, really, really forward. Scaling the castles over here, this is really nice textbook stuff. This is some nice textbook no panic stuff. And I think at this elo, I think that you're kind of a little bit behind now on the back foot in terms of attack and defense. Leitis are still being scaled, so I think that what blue is waiting for is waiting to scale the Leitis until he can snowball them, right? And they want to wait and play defense, and they're going to have to get another castle to scale them even faster. Red, just 27 seconds away from Imperial. Ballistic's now coming in, and so is Bodkin Arrow. So this early counter to what could be the Spearman line is what red is thinking about. But red, they're just staying on Leitis, which I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but you're about to get, go up against like a really, really big army of camels. Spearman now coming in for blue, which is also a good trash counter to Leitis. And we're going to see some tread wars coming in, but I think blue has a sufficient army to start dealing with this. And little mistake here from red as they run into the castle. Do decide to fire on the castle with skirmishers. Interesting choice. And they got to be careful with these Leitis, right? As now the tread wars start. Looks like a little cancel comes in here from red. But this is a really big uphill slog. I think you do need to get some big scale for your Spearman line, because now these Leitis are going to start to shred. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to take out this entire position, but they do have an opportunity now to run past on this side, as it looks like blue has the right idea and starts getting house walls, starts getting barracks. Leitis need to move. They need to move and actually go back home and start getting some hits, but red is down here and has cleared out this position. It might force blue to start thinking about university, start thinking about murder holes. I don't think red knows about this little gold pit on the south side here. Blue over here and getting some outposts just to see what's on the left-hand side. And I think that Blue did some really, really good damage here. Nice little clear out. I think they have to get moving faster. They should just blow past this and go over to red, who is mostly undefended. And I think they're going to get tunnel vision. On the other hand, Revisioner is doing really, really well to make sure they apply pressure. Final attack upgrade now coming in for Halberdiers, as his Trebuchet is slowly working its way up against these castles, which is really, really good good value. Blue now coming in with Fletching to get a little more attack. Hoardings, which I'd love to see now coming in from red, not something we always see. Final farm upgrade and wood upgrade now coming in from Revisioner, so the economy is pumping. 133 villagers compared to 121 from blue. And this is going to be an uphill thing if blue continues to stick on Leitis. I think it's a lot of microing. I think that they're only doing production out of 2 castles, and they might be able to tear up some of these halberdiers, but it's an uphill fight, right? It's really, really bad economic trades, and it looks like they are tearing up a lot of them, but the more the halberdiers come in, the longer they wait, the worse it's going to be for blue. So if you just stay on halberdiers and you keep the Leitis running in here for like bad economic trades, you're going to eventually do stuff like take down this castle over here, right? But Leitis are pretty easily able to snipe. Looks like blue is now thinking about getting some bombard towers as chemistry does come in. Red, interestingly enough, looks like they want to get some more heavy raids. If you look at the resources, it's really, really fit to get some knights, some paladins. As it looks like Cavalier upgrade is now coming in for red. Trash units continuing to fight these Leitis. This is a really, really big missed opportunity for blue, who I think should have blown past this entire thing and gone in the back and raid. Armor upgrade now coming in for these halberdiers, so the trades are going to start getting worse and worse and worse, and I think that blue is really late to the game as it comes to getting these skirmishers here. I think they should have been here a little while ago, as now the panic repair coming in from blue, and this should be a GG coming in pretty soon as this castle comes down. I don't think that in the long run, blue's going to be able to get out of the situation. Some more raids coming in here. Well, not raids, but a Mangonel raid, some might say, coming in here from red as the villagers try to fight them off. 23 villagers now on food compared to the 50 coming in from Revisioner. So the economy for Revisioner is pumping. 4 castles now on the front, as this castle refuses to die, but it should in one moment. GG comes in from blue. That was an exciting game. That may have been the most exciting game I've ever cast from Mr. Cumans over here. Really, really, really nice economy scale. I love getting the early trash units. I think that blue played well to get the relics, but by the time they had that mass of Leitis come in, they should have just blown past over here and gotten a raid. I think that's the only way they were going to get themselves out of the situation. Really well played from both players.